This is just a, I hope you'll indulge me, and I hope you won't many of you will be too let down if I take a couple of days off after today. Seriously, I have to, I don't have food stamps reloaded on the food stamp card. I had Dad was gracious enough to give me some gas money with the truck. I could use his truck, but I don't want to run it down too low. I don't really have minutes on the phone to acquire any kind of, and I can never get a phone signal here at the house for any employer to try to get a hold of me if they need to. So I don't know if there's any kind of way to attain any kind of job, or, keep a job, and maybe I can get reapplied for food stamps and try to have subsistence that way. But I'm low on food and sources like that, and this is just a typical situation for most people that they face every day. So don't get all bent out of shape, oh poor Ralph. I mean, shoot, this is really nothing. I'm usually living off the seat of my pants every day, all the time. I've been doing that since Amy left, and I've been trying to help take care of the kids. It's just been winging it and just doing my best. And it's been hard on my dad. It's been hard on other people too. And they thought I was irresponsible, but God, I pray that they find some form of maturity and responsibility on planet Earth real soon, and I hope so. But really, guys, I'm going to have to take a few days off, not really to vacation. I'm going to be doing laundry, trying to find ways to relax while I can try to find other ways to exist here on planet Earth. I have to try to find ways I got to go down there and reapply, see if that comes through. And I'm constantly living off the seat of my pants. So, and I've got to find ways to try to find a different means to take care of myself, because my dad wants to sell this place, and I got to find a place to live. And no, I'm not like other people and stuff. I don't totally reject all things in society. I don't believe in being homeless and living out in the street. I don't believe in putting yourself through torturous, abject poverty just to make a point. I don't think that's necessary. I think we should all be able to have a warm shower and a roof over our heads and some clothes and be treated with dignity and respect. I don't think we should have to be treated just horribly just to prove a point of how horrible people can treat one another, especially someone that's talented and caring and gracious and respectful. If you can't take the verbal butt whoopings I leash out, I mean, I don't think you're really in any position to have a leadership position or any constructive criticism or consider yourself very lucid, talented, or courageous or faithful or reasonable. I just don't think you deserve any kind of public leadership position in living deed, and that people would want to follow you, appreciate you, or like you in any kind of leadership position at all. I just don't think you're worthy of it, and I just think that we would do a lot better if you just step down and let somebody else who's a little bit better at it take a position of leadership. And I know you guys can sit there and say, well, you wouldn't last a day in your world. No, I don't want to last a day in your world. The world you've helped create is irrational and it sucks. Thanks for putting all the technological components together to help us neutralize a lot of the stupidity that goes on that you guys used to promote and create irrational monetary-based systems that make people pay extortion to live here and destroy our own planet species in the process. We appreciate your counterbalance measures, but your services will no longer be required because we don't need the irrational leadership. We need rational, loving, intelligent, lucid, evolved analytical leadership. If you feel like you can do this, well, let's see what you can do. But if not, then just please leave, step down, and act like a real evolved analytical human being for the first time in your life. That's what I would say. But I'm going to go try to find a way to coexist in my community where I was born, and largely they're still about almost 12 years old, and I'm going to try to find a way to subsist with food and appreciate the fact that my dad gives me a place to stay, and I got a place to shower, a place to wash my clothes, and some heat, because it's kind of cool. And I appreciate what it's given. I appreciate the kindness that it showed to me. I'm not an ungrateful little punk, but man, wow. I didn't mean to be such a brutal, vicious, evolved, analytical ass kicker. I really didn't, man. If it was up to me, we would have handled this way differently. I would have set you down and pointed out some things, been real nice to you about it, and then said, you can do better. But like some of the people explained to me back at the Chupa, man, you know, you can't be nice to some of these people. You got to kick their ass. Why? I don't want to kick their ass. I just want to love them. They're not capable of love, so they're not capable of being loved. Why? Because they choose it, I know. God, I hope you choose better. All I want to do is love you, you know? That's all I want to do. I just want to sit back and be proud of the things that you've done and feel good for you and feel proud of you, man. Like I enjoy going and watching kids play ball, you know? I'm too old to play anymore. I can't sit there in the crowd thinking that should be me out there. When I knew it should have been. But, nah, I can just remember days gone by when I was the one out there at the park thrilling them with my Michael Jackson basketball moves. They have Michael Jackson. That's funny. That's a supreme confidence if you compliment, man, if you're playing basketball and somebody says, who do you think you are, Michael Jackson? Shit, that's cool. The way that man moved across stage, if I'm doing that for basketball, hell to the fuck to the air. Somebody says, you know, who do you think you are, Michael Jackson? Right on, man. That's an insult I could take. You know, you play basketball like Michael Jackson. Wow. All right, man. That sounds good to me. You know, so yeah, I was all right with that. You know, it was cool. I always amazed a lot of black brothers would tell me that, and they did on the East Coast when I went to Carolina too. Man, you do not play ball like a white boy. You don't play like a white person. You don't play white at all. And I remember that with the captain and Pope, and that's when they all thought I was so prejudiced and such a elitist, you know, because he was a real articulate black captain. And he said, you know, you don't play ball like a white boy at all. I said, you don't articulate like a black man. He said, oh, touche. Started laughing, and we had a really, I'm an A1C, and he's a captain. He's a college graduate, and I had 22 hours in college, you know. But I had very articulate and intelligent parents, you know. And I can talk streak slang and stuff like that, and then I can verbalize with some of the most decorated of scholars. You know, I told you that when I went to the Chavez's house, and Frank Chavez was talking shit at me like I was dumb because I was a legal secretary's kid and my dad was a plumber, and he's talking all this shit. I'm like, dude, at 10 years old, me and my dad sat and watched William F. Buckley debates, and I comprehend and understand them, and my dad sits there and says, I said, why doesn't Strom Thurmond always get his ass kicked? He hasn't figured it out. So only William F. Buckley and his 12 friends are going, hoo, we're winning this debate, when everybody else doesn't understand what they're talking about. I was 10. Yeah. So I'm sitting there listening to this schmuck insult my father, and I'm laughing going, shit, my dad's a plumber, but he's more intelligent than you, and you're a fucking lawyer. God. I didn't say anything because I was raised by my dad to be respectful to schmucks like that. Yeah, it's cool. Dad was a cowboy, and a courteous cowboy, and a southern gentleman. And you respect your elders, and you treat them with dignity and respect, and you do, you know, and it was hard sometimes. Well, because you just wanted to sit there and say, look, you stupid fucking schmuck, I think I understand what Hawkeye and BJ are talking about more than you do, because you act like fucking Frank Burns, and I have to tolerate your ass when I hang out with your son here, because your son stutters and is a fuckstick and a mean kid to all these other kids, and that's why no one hangs out with him, and he stutters, because he's a mean little fucker, because he acts like his dad. Fuck! That's what I wanted to say. I know, I was 10 years old, but I sat and watched it happen. But I couldn't understand it because his mom was really nice. His mom was really cool. She was pretty. I thought, you know, he was outdoing himself because I looked at him and looked at her and was like, what is she doing with him? He's a lawyer. Yeah, I'm like, shit, you know, because she had a really nice body. She had a great personality. She was really kind, and she was a good mom, and she was cool. Judy Chavez I really liked her. I really liked his mom. I couldn't stand his dad. I thought his dad was a complete fucking arrogant, ugly fucking asshole. And I was just like, God, you know. Sometimes I bet you Judy probably wishes she married the plumber. But my dad, my mom would sit there and say, oh, he's attractive, but he's mean. If you don't believe religiously like him, he's mean to you. And he is. But he's getting better. And I guess the spirit of my mom is helping him out. I got to go, man. I got to go work on what I got to work on, man. I love you guys. Don't wish me luck. I'm just living off the seat of my pants. I survive. Wish us all goodwill and peace, and wish that we stop brutalizing the needless suffering and teaching our kids to be mindless, sex-crazed, planet-destroying warriors who want to charge each other extortion and brutalize each other to take the top position here on planet Earth, you know. Wish us luck, man. I'm going to load these up, and we'll flow with these, and we'll see how. I ain't got no hopes for today. I just hope for tomorrow. My today is another hell living existence in this highly fashioned, finely tuned living fucking hell. So my hopes for today are like this, but my hopes for tomorrow are beyond all of today's expectations. All right, guys. I love you. I'm going to get going, man. Nobody's watching these anyway. I love you. All right, blessings and